One of the most common, frequently asked questions that I get about Madden 22 is how do I pick up the 4-3 even 6-1 defense? This very, very meta heavy blitz pressure is something that a lot of players struggle with in online gameplay. However, this is one of my favorite defenses to face in Madden 22. After the intro, we're going to show you exactly how I picked this up. You guys ought to apply this trick in your offensive playbook, no matter what it is that you run. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Zan from the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to pick up the 4-3 even 6-1. Now, once again, we always mention this when I'm doing offensive tips. I am an under center player. And the reason that I am an under center player is that it gives you more tools to be in a single back type of set than it does in a shotgun when it comes to the pass protection. A lot of players kind of push this false narrative that under center is easier to blitz. The truth is that you have more tools in your tool belt to deal with these pressures than you could even imagine. And in today's video, we're going to talk about play action plays under center and why they differ so much from regular drop back passes. What's up, guys? Just want to say thank you so much for helping me reach 13,000 subscribers here on the Zan Madden YouTube channel. It means a ton to me that you guys are still supporting in the late spring into the early summer, and we're going to be pushing forward towards Madden 23 before you know it. If you guys could do me a quick favor, make sure that you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you're really wanting to help, make sure you guys drop a comment below. It helps push this video on the algorithm and helps this content get out to other Madden players just like you that are looking for Madden tips tutorials. Now back to the video. Obviously, the 4-3 even 6-1 is a pressure look that a lot of players like to use because traditionally blocking 7 or max protecting from shotgun can still struggle with this concept. Now, a lot of players will mix in a zero blitz formula, maybe a little bit of a quarters pressure, and sometimes just a cover 2 blitz. And they kind of hop back and forth between all of these and maybe even occasionally drop a max coverage just to fool you when you've got a max protection on the field. Now, in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to dictate what the 4-3 even 6-1 can actually do against you. And really, this starts with neutralizing the pressure. I think it's important that you mix up this pass protection scheme with a quick passing 5-out approach just to keep your opponent on their heels. If they have to guess whether or not you're sending everybody out on routes or max protecting, both of which are going to be effective for you, it's going to put you in the driver's seat, which is what a lot of those players hate when they're playing defense, which is why they're blitzing everybody in the first place. So let's go ahead and get into kind of how this works. We'll start off with like a Tampa 2 style defense. And we're going to run more of a drop back pass. I'm going to set one of my favorite plays in my audibles here. So let's go ahead and put the PA drag wheel, and I'm going to kind of start off with verticals. Now, when it comes to this blitz meta, as you guys know, a lot of them like to basically base align, press, global blitz all, and then they kind of come down here, and some players will actually touch the center, which is going to allow them to peel back into coverage after they touch the center, and that guarantees pressure off of the edges. Now, if I were to call a traditional drop back pass from a single back set, I want you to notice that when I max protect out of this, that the running back is blocking straight ahead or straight back if you take a look at his blocking angle. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you can't possibly pick this up. I'm just telling you that it's much less consistent than if you were to choose a play action pass, which we'll get to momentarily. So against this particular pressure, a lot of times what happens is the running back looks up the middle, and then if one of the interior 5 players insta sheds or gets passed off, the running back will actually retarget and try to pick them up, which is why the edge pressure comes in. So this is why a lot of players say that max protecting is inconsistent from shotgun, for instance. So if we do this here, you notice that it actually did a fine job. We picked up the pressure, which is great. But the problem is that it will occasionally get you. It really truly will. So we're just going to continue here with this. You know, some players will eventually, you're going to notice, you see right there that the running back kind of, that rep was bad. So again, let's just run this a few times and we'll just show you what max protection under center looks like. You're going to see that it's kind of inconsistent. Again, we'll try to get this to work here. You know, sometimes the looper goes around the running back as well if they are containing, but right now we're doing okay. Let's go ahead and put the ball on a hash because the game is not obviously played perfectly in between the hashes. You know, there's small things that make a big difference in this game. Being on a hash can change how your routes run, how your zone coverage plays, even sometimes how your protection works against blitzes. So that's another thing to kind of consider with this. Again, here, you may notice that when you go to a max protection from a traditional drop back pass, that the running back might get fooled. You see right there, it's looking pretty good. So obviously you're seeing right here that max protect under center is doing a solid job. However, I'm just here to tell you that sometimes the running back looks to the inside. Now, the benefit of the play action play, and I really wanted to talk about this, even though our max protect looked great here under center. I want you to notice the difference between the running back's blocking angle when I block him in a play action play. And what you see right here is that he actually exaggerated blocks to the outside, which is massive. It's absolutely massive as it pertains to picking up this blitz meta. So let's say that they're playing more of like a cover two hard flat style of blitz. What you're going to see with this is that, and I'm not able to peel back in coverage here, but we're just going to guarantee the pressure. You're going to see that the blitz pickup is perfect. You're going to have a really, really good pop. What you're going to see is that your blitz pickup is going to be perfect. More often than not, they're going to do a really, really good job of picking this up. So we drop back to pass. You see the running back immediately steps to the left, picks up his man, and we're able to deliver our corner route for an easy gain to the outside. Now, again, it's going to kind of depend on what the coverage is behind this heavy blitz. And, you know, if they're playing a hard flat, your corner routes are going to get open. If they're playing man, you want route text. That's going to allow you to fry those coverages. If they're playing match, you might go ahead and kind of take advantage of the fact that they need the quarter flats to play match effectively. And you could attack those flats since they're blitzing those players. You know, they just want to match the vertical routes that you're throwing. So a lot of players that run this don't truly understand the match rules. Obviously, again, with quarters, you know, if they were to play this, you know, it kind of looks like this. And again, the flats are really where you're going to win because those 4 deep zones are looking for vertical routes. So a lot of times when I'm facing a quarters variation of this, I'll go to my play action under center play, block the running back, and then I'll just really pepper in some of these shorter throws. I'll put X and B on whips. I'll still use a corner route. And again, you're going to see just how easily we pick this up, and you can throw your check down. And then really all you have to do is make one guy miss. That was a bad spin move, but you get what I'm saying. You can just kind of throw the ball underneath. Now, what a lot of players are going to do when you do this to them is they're going to get sick and tired of that, which is kind of the whole point. You really want to pick up this pressure. You want to force them into deviating from what they're doing, which is basically guaranteeing their pressure. So what a lot of players will do is they'll come out in quarters. They might do their baseline press, quadruple blitz, and then they'll start to put these guys into flats, and they'll, you know, set those to 0, or you put them in purples and set those to 0. But the truth is, with that approach, that now they're basically running a 5-man pressure or a 4-man pressure. And once you get them into this, you start to see those guys peeling off the line. That's when you can return back into more of your 5-out approach. So from there, you might go ahead and run, you know, just a traditional drop back pass, because you know that your protection is going to be solid on this, and you can throw your out route or your corner, depending on whatever coverage they're in. So once you've dictated, hey, I could pick up your guaranteed pressure, or at least what you think is guaranteed pressure, this starts to fall apart for them. Furthermore, when they're running this, don't be afraid to run tosses. I feel like a lot of players say toss is a terrible run. It's one of my favorite runs in the game this year. If you take a look, I've called it almost 450 times this year, and I'm picking up 6 a pop with this run. A lot of these players, when they run this defense, they want to desperately guarantee their pressure. And, you know, especially if they're like man aligned, or, you know, they get some pretty bad alignment on this. There's a lot of times where you can get this kick out block in the flat from one of your pulling linemen to the outside, and, you know, you get that block, and then you get the block downfield. I know that Godwin didn't hold it, but if you get that block held downfield, that could be a house call as well. So really the 6-1 is not a problem. It takes elite user, it takes elite adjustments, it takes good zone drop knowledge. It takes a lot to run this effectively. As it pertains to most players that run this online, they just want to blitz 7 or blitz 6 and peel back in coverage, and they're not really great, or they don't really have a keen sense of how to adjust within this particular defense. So take this element, add it to your offense. It doesn't have to be single back bunch X nasty. You could run this out of literally any single back play. Use that play action blocking tip with the running back blocking to the left, and this is going to help you out immensely. So I hope that you guys like today's video. Make sure you guys subscribe. We'll see you guys tomorrow with the next one. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab, and good luck.